All right, let's talk about building a responsive website. If you're just starting out, it can feel, well, a little overwhelming. So today, we're going to lay out a super clear step-by-step roadmap just for you. This is your guide from a blank screen to a finished project. Let's jump in. So this is the big question, right? You're ready to go, you've got some HTML and CSS skills, but you're just staring at a blinking cursor. Where on earth do you start? It's a feeling that stops a lot of people in their tracks. But here's the thing. A great project actually begins way before you write that first line of code. And that brings us to the real first move, what I like to call step 0. You've got to understand the requirement. You simply have to know what it is you're trying to build. Now, for a professional job, this might be some super detailed document. But for a personal project, it's all about you setting one clear, simple goal for yourself. And here's how we're going to make this whole thing so much easier. For this project, we're giving ourselves one goal, and only one. Make the website responsive. That is it. We're not worrying about crazy designs or fancy animations, just pure, solid responsiveness. Trust me, that kind of intense focus, it's like a superpower. Okay, so we've got our goal, responsiveness. Now, how are we going to get there? The strategy you pick here is so important. And in modern web development, there's really only one way to go, the mobile-first approach. This isn't just a friendly suggestion anymore, it's pretty much the golden rule. Let's break down why. You know, a really common beginner mistake, I definitely made it, is to build for a big desktop screen first. It kind of feels logical, you know? But then trying to squish and cram all of that on a tiny phone screen, it's a total nightmare. The mobile-first approach just flips that on its head. You start small with the most limited screen, and then you add things and expand as the screen gets bigger. It's just so much smarter. All right, strategy's locked in. So where do we actually start typing? The single most critical piece of any responsive site is the navigation bar, the nav bar. It's the first thing people see and interact with. And honestly, it's the first thing anyone reviewing your work will check to see if you know what you're doing. And you really can't talk about a responsive nav bar without talking about its most famous part, the hamburger menu. You've seen it a million times, right? Those 3 little lines sitting in the corner of a mobile site. You tap them, the menu slides out. It's the go-to solution for saving space, and getting it right is a huge skill to have. Now, here's some really good news. You do not have to build this thing from scratch. I mean, you totally can, and it's an amazing learning experience. But you can also grab pre-built nav bars from libraries like Bootstrap. You can literally just copy their code, drop it in your project, and then start tweaking it. It's a fantastic shortcut to get something working fast. So just how important is this one little component? Get this. If you get the navbar working perfectly on mobile, you have already knocked out about 40% of the entire responsiveness challenge. Just think about that. Nearly half your work is done, right there. That's a massive win, and it gives you a ton of momentum. So with that navbar done, we can take that exact same mobile-first thinking and just apply it to, well, everything else. The header, the footer, your main content sections. Build every single piece for the mobile view first. Only then do you start thinking, okay, how should this look on a tablet or a big desktop? And listen, here's a really crucial piece of advice for your mindset. You're going to write your CSS more than once for the same thing. You'll write the mobile styles, and then you'll add something called a media query to tweak it for tablets. And then maybe you'll do it again for desktops. This isn't you making a mistake. It's just the process. That's how it's done. So embrace it. Okay, let's touch on something super relevant right now. AI tools like ChatGPT. People have a lot of opinions, but here's what I think is a healthy way to look at it. Your goal isn't to be a machine that just types code. Your goal is to learn. So if you use a tool to help you get unstuck, that's fine, as long as you take the time to really understand the code it gave you. The learning is what actually matters. Okay, so you've built out your components, you handled the responsiveness from small screens all the way up to large ones. So how do you actually cross the finish line and turn this thing into a real project you can show off? There are a few key steps. And here is probably the biggest pro tip I can give you. Do not get sucked into worrying about colors and fonts and design until the responsiveness is 100% perfect. Seriously, if the layout breaks when you resize the browser window, nobody cares what shade of blue you used. Function comes first. Nail the responsiveness, then you can make it look pretty. So here it is, your final checklist. Step 1, lock down that responsiveness. Make it flawless. Step 2, now go wild. Add your colors, pick your fonts, make it look awesome. Step 3, push all your code to Git. Probably on GitHub. Step 4, host it somewhere so it's live on the internet. And step 5, the most important one, share it. Put it on LinkedIn. Show it to people. You built it. Be proud of it. I just want to say one more thing about step 3, using Git. This is completely non-negotiable. Think of it like a time machine for your code. If you mess something up so badly that everything breaks, you can just rewind to the last version that worked. If your laptop dies, your code is totally safe. It is the best safety net you will ever have as a developer. So, there you have it, a clear path from that scary blank page to a finished, responsive, shareable project. We've taken that big, intimidating challenge and broken it down into small, logical steps. So now that you have the roadmap, the only real question is, what are you going to build next?